we're going to go into now the festive draft grades. We're going to go into these draft grades here in terms of the Crimson Tide, the 4 players that were taken off the board here in the first round in the top 15. And first and foremost, we start this off with one Tua Tagovailoa to the Miami Dolphins. I give this a A fit. This was an A fit for me. And the reason why Tua to the Dolphins is an A fit is Coach Flores, he did a phenomenal job in the offseason attacking the defensive needs first, getting guys like Kyle Van Noy from the New England Patriots and also Byron Jones, a very good corner. So they attacked the defensive needs first in the free agency period. So in the draft, he was able to go and get his quarterback into a Tagovailoa. And Tua will have a lot of weapons around him. You got Myles Gaskin, Jordan Howard, Samaje Perine, and those are just really 3 great running backs at wide receiver. You've got Jakeem Grant, Allen Hurns, and Devontae Parker. So there are weapons around Tua. There are guys that Tua can grow with. The Dolphins even drafted an offensive tackle from USC also on last night for the protection of one Tagovailoa. That'll be so the Dolphins getting Tua at number 5 and A fit for me. As we move on down here to Jedrek Wills, who was taken number 10 overall by the Cleveland Browns. This was a B+ fit. B+ fit. I don't love the fit, but I really like the fit just due to Cleveland is not a terrible franchise. Now, the front office is dysfunctional. Don't get me wrong. That front office is very, very dysfunctional. And they're going to have to solve that and, get to the bottom of that. But the talent is there. The talent is absolutely there. When you talk about Baker Mayfield's a highly talented quarterback. And then you got 2 great running backs in Kareem Hunt and also Nick Chubb. You got 2 of the best receivers in the league with Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. You got a great tight end or solid tight end in David Njoku. And you basically stole Austin Hooper from the Atlanta Falcons. The Browns were able to go and get Jack Conklin in the free agency period from the Titans. He'll play at right tackle, which means Jedrek Wills will have to be switched to left tackle. He's never played left tackle before. If he's able to adjust and maneuver and work that spot well, he will be a 15-year pro. He'll be a perennial Pro Bowler, perennial All-Pro, and maybe this could be the move. Maybe this could be the move that can turn or help turn the Browns around full circle. So B+ fit for me when you look at Jedrek Wills. As we dive down now to Henry Ruggs III, those Las Vegas Raiders at number 12 overall. This is a B fit. I would have liked to have seen Ruggs go to the 49ers at 13. I would have loved to have seen Ruggs go to either the Eagles at 21, the Saints at 24. I mean, the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers would have loved to have had one Henry Ruggs. Instead, the Packers traded up to get a quarterback in Jordan Love, in which Aaron Rodgers is not happy about that right now, but that's besides the point. We're looking at one Henry Ruggs III, and for the Raiders, he is very capable. He has the ability and is very capable to run every route in the route tree, excel at every route in the route tree, take the top off a defense. He will greatly help the likes of either Derek Carr, either the likes of Derek Carr or Marcus Mariota, whomever starts at that quarterback position. So while I would rather have seen Ruggs go somewhere else, this is a good fit here. B fit for me in terms of the draft grade on Ruggs, which leads us to Jerry Judy, who has taken number 15 overall to the Denver Broncos. John Elway getting his guy to pair with Drew Lock at quarterback. This was an A+ fit. And the reason why it's an A+ fit is you've already got Cortland Sutton, who's back as a 1,000-yard receiver. Got a great young tight end in Noah Fant. Got 2 strong running backs in Phillip Lindsay, who's kind of underrated, and also Melvin Gordon coming over from the LA Chargers. Once again, the Broncos believe they've got the guy in Drew Lock, and Lock already excited to have Judy, ready to work with him, ready to learn the playbook, go over the playbook, and really get this thing popping. And it's crazy how Ruggs and Judy played together for 3 years at Alabama, and now they will play against each other in the wild AFC West, in a division where you've got Patrick Mahomes and the Legion of Zoom in Kansas City. And then with the Chargers, you've got Justin Herbert, who's the trigger man for Oregon now. Well, he'll be behind, of course, Tyrod Taylor. But you got Mike Evans, you got Mike Williams, you got Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, and Hunter Henry. And then, of course, when you got the Oakland Raiders, who with the Las Vegas Raiders, who've got Henry Ruggs there, and also Josh Jacobs. You got to have guys on your roster. You got to have weaponry that you can depend on. And what better weaponry to get for a big-armed quarterback in Drew Lock than to bring in Jerry Judy? This right here, an A+ fit for me. So going back to these grades one more time here, you got Tua Tagovailoa, to me, an A fit for the Miami Dolphins. You've got Jedrek Wills of the Cleveland Browns, number 10 overall, a B+ fit. You got Henry Ruggs, number 12 overall, to the Raiders, a B fit. And then we got the A+ fit in Jerry Judy, number 15 overall, to the Denver Broncos, those being the draft grades for one yours truly. We're going to take another break here on In My Own Words, the podcast. But upon that dial, we return and we put a pretty bow on this thing, Draft Festive Edition, right after this.
Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $5.95 per month, or pay $49.95 for a full year subscription. That's a saving of almost $22. Make sure to subscribe before it's too late and get our new freshly printed end of the year magazine issue. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
Back in on a Friday to the conversation known as In My Own Words, the podcast, with yours truly, Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Night one of the NFL Draft was great on Thursday, seeing 4 Crimson Tide players off the board in the top 15. All 4 of these individuals in spots to where they will be able to make big impacts and be successful. So far, we've got the update of Xavier Mckinney coming off the board tonight to the New York Football Giants. So the Big Apple getting one ex-McKinney, big personality, humble personality, big time play. I think he will be very special there in the NFC East for the G-Men. Got a couple of other guys on the board when you discuss Trayvon Diggs, Jalen Hurts, guys like also Raekwon Davis is out there, Terrell Lewis is out there, a lot of guys on the board. So going to be fun to see where these guys end up as we get into the middle portions of the draft, because as I mentioned, in the second round and then the middle rounds to the late rounds, you start to find those gems that nobody thought, this guy could be good, this guy could be great. I don't know about that guy. I will know what he has when I see it. And you look at guys like Tom Brady, who was a mid to late rounder, Russell Wilson, a mid rounder, Tyreek Hill, a mid rounder, Derrick Henry, who went in the second round. All of these guys became gems. All of these guys became special for, or productive, I should say, for their respective teams. As always, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch the draft on ESPN, on ABC, also on NFL Network, and streaming live on YouTube TV, as it will go until Saturday, that being the final day of the draft, as it will have rounds 4 through 7. But as always, you want to know the best in news, notes, information, and coverage on your Crimson Tide. You can get that by downloading the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. Very simple, very easy to do. You can get this from your iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you just so happen to have the Android phone. The podcast options, if your audio listening pleasures just so happen to be iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Overcast.fm, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, or iHeartRadio, we've got you covered. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I will return on Monday to recap the entire NFL draft and talk more Alabama football. But But until next time, folks, leaving you with my favorite 3 things. Husbands, love your wives. Wives, appreciate, value those husbands. Children, I know it's the weekend, still find ways to legitimately not be bored. Get those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. Protect yourself, protect the loved ones around you. Until next time, folks, it's your man, Stephen M. Smith. This has been In My Own Words. Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best of the Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.